out the door as well. Really looking much better after a fairly stormy overnight. You might have heard a few rumbles of thunder as you were sleeping. It might have woken you up, but now we are mostly dry. Just a few trailing showers out there and a few rumbles of thunder starting to move into Carroll County. But we'll take you down towards Pike and Lamar County, the Zebulon area. We did have a severe thunderstorm in this area. That has now expired in that cluster of showers and storms starting to weaken. Here's a look at just a stray cell making its way into far western Carroll County. So heads up in Carrollton, within the next half hour, a thunderstorm might be rolling over you. Just something to keep in mind as you're getting ready to head out the door. Taking you through First Alert Futurecast. We'll have the chance for just a few trailing light showers between now and about 9 o'clock. This is all ahead of a cold front. It's warm and muggy as you step out the door as well. You'll definitely notice that. By 1 o'clock, cold front starting to push into North Metro. Notice skies clearing at this point north of the city. A few rumbles of thunder possible, so if kids are headed to summer camp today, if you have any lunch plans today, just keep in mind by 1 o'clock a few showers and storms will be possible within Metro. This front will start to sink south as we make our way towards 3 o'clock. So Atlanta north dry, the humidity dropping at this point. Notice quite stormy in central Georgia down towards Eatonton, also places like Athens and down towards LaGrange. Showers and storms remain possible, and then we're completely dry just in time for your evening commute. And again, that humidity continues to drop for us. Temperatures, because of the rain and that front moving through, significantly cooler today. After a day in the low 90s today, low to mid 80s area wide. And again, the best part rather about this forecast is that humidity will drop through the evening as you're leaving work tonight. We'll have a light breeze, temperatures in the 80s, lower humidity. It is going to feel fantastic. And guess what? That's going to stick around Tuesday, potentially even into Wednesday. So a nice stretch of days on the way. Waking up tomorrow morning, upper 50s to low 60s. It is going to feel like spring tomorrow morning, heading out the door, really comfortable. And tomorrow afternoon, we'll see lots of sunshine with temperatures in the upper 80s. So warm, but not quite as hot. As we go through this week, we'll have an area of high pressure that'll park itself over the area. And I can't credit myself with this. Ella put the fire emojis on here. Yeah, we're going to feel like we're on fire late this week. We're going to have some of the hottest days, and I'll show you that with our First Alert 7-day forecast. How's mid to upper 90s Friday and Saturday? So needless to say, enjoy the 80s for the next several days with that lower humidity through Wednesday. A few storms possible on Thursday with highs back in the 90s. We'll stay dry but hot Friday and Saturday, and a few isolated storms will be possible Sunday with temperatures in the low 90s to round out the weekend.
Summertime.